I'm not wearing my hat this week, so that's new. Normally I wear hats. It's just because after this I'm going to get a haircut, so I've got to have a record of what my hair was like before getting it cut.
Normally I brush my hair.
Yeah. I can wear my hood if I have to. If it's unbearable.
Yeah, I can't stand it. Can't stand it.
Yeah.
All right. So, we might be taking a little hiatus.
That's right. There might be a hiatus coming up here because I can't get over my workaholic problems in life. Going through rehab.
Brandon, he quit teaching, so he saved himself 10 hours to take on a 30-hour-a-week project.
Take on new projects that are going to be more time consuming and pay less money. Meaning no money.
Those are my favorite kind of projects.
Hopefully money later.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I know. I always try to say yes to like a ton of things, but none of them pay, which is fine. There's satisfaction in that, I think. But
yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah,
money is nice.
Money's nice. Business projects, seasons come and go. Schedules fluctuate.
Mm-hmm.
My sleep,
yeah,
is never what it should be.
I got 9+ hours for the last 2 nights.
Woo, that's nice. Wow, way to brag.
Yep. Just a subtle flex.
Yeah, I laid down in bed and I got up sometime later. If sleep happens in between, I don't know.
Yeah.
No, I got better sleep than that. I was okay.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, I don't know. I've been like just extra tired, but
yeah,
I don't know. Maybe it's been raining and gloomy for too long.
Yeah, been gloomy. Been playing some extra volleyball.
That is true, actually. Yeah, I needed to recover from that for sure.
Yeah.
So
extra powerful smackdowns.
There was a few.
Right? Lots of hitting.
You want to finish that?
No.
Okay. Perfect.
All right. Cut to next scene.
Yeah. The next scene is Walter Mitty, Act 1.
That's right, Walter Mitty. That's what we're talking about today.
Yeah.
I remember when this movie first came out and seeing it, and I feel like I just loved it from day one.
Yeah, you told everybody to watch it.
I told everybody to go watch it. I thought it was great.
Yeah, I think you made me watch it.
Yeah, I probably made a lot of people watch it. I think it was also a season of my life when I was single, trying to date people. And
it opens with a scene of eHarmony.
It opens with eHarmony and him, which also, it was so funny how the eHarmony, like, advisor consultant guy is like his bro who, like,
looking out for him.
It's like looking out for him. It's like, whoa, dude, this guy is underpaid. This guy's doing some serious work here. But
I feel like the whole movie was like one long product placement
for eHarmony.
For a lot of different things, honestly. Like they have like all the airline companies prominently displayed. They have
Iceland.
Yeah.
Iceland went way up in sales.
Yeah.
Should have bought stock in Iceland before that came out. And just buy stock in a country.
Yeah, right. Their tourism board.
That's right. The tourism just like jumped.
Yeah, they got like Cinnabon front and center.
Oh yeah.
He's like, "Do you like it? It's Cinnabon." He's like, "Yeah, it's pretty good." It's like, I mean, obviously, Life.
Yeah,
is the main theme.
That's right. Life magazine.
Look how good this company is. Yeah. But yeah. No, it was. Sorry, I got off track from
David Bowie.
David Bowie, yeah, yeah, Rocket Man.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, but yeah. Sorry, what were you saying before that?
Oh, just I feel like what inspired me initially was, I was in a season of life when I first watched this where I felt like I was trying to date people, and I think I was trying to find my confidence in who I was as a person, and being willing to, like, make those moves, and you go out there and try to ask somebody out, and that's kind of what the movie is. He's like wants to ask this girl out at work, but he's too intimidated and like kind of thinks he's an idiot, and he like does the weird thing where he zones out for a little bit and whatever. He's just like that, like, this guy's weird.
Yeah.
And then it's how he goes on an adventure and finds his confidence, and he's like a cool guy now, and he was like the hardworking, inspiring person from the photographer who was like the cool guy photographer, and
yeah,
is like, dude, you were more valuable than you thought you were, and you like doubted yourself, And I felt like that was a big message for me at that time of my life when I first watched it. That was like,
there's a flower in here that needs to be seen.
There's a flower deep inside me that I've buried, and like I am cool. These women that reject me just don't understand, And so it
Let
definitely.
me go back to my fantasy land
That's
and
right.
show them.
I'm gonna go on a hike and feel better about myself, And yeah, it's like okay, wait. I also the whole time you watch the movie, I just think, how is this guy paying for all of this? Like he's taking time off of work and
They
traveling
sold the piano,
places,
man.
and I guess selling the piano just like made him a butt ton of money. I don't know. I don't know how
Dude,
much
some of
pianos are.
well, depending on the piano, could be tens of thousands of dollars.
Yeah, maybe that was an expensive piano.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Maybe he was using his expense account at work and that's why he got fired.
that's right.
That was the
Yeah,
real reason he got fired.
yeah, that's that actually. Yeah, that might be it. Your
So
expense account is over by like 20 grand. Like, whoa.
yeah.
Yeah.
I can't imagine flights to Greenland are too expensive. And he mentions in the movie his flight to Afghanistan was like $87
Oh yeah,
because it was
that's a
like
good point.
it's like a terrorist country,
Yeah,
whatever.
that's right.
So or
Yeah.
warlords, whatever they called
That's
it.
right.
but
The warlords. What did he
Mhm.
had to bring them cake or something to the warlords?
It's mom's cake.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. No, it was. Yeah, I didn't know it was actually produced by or directed by Ben Stiller,
Mm-hmm.
which is kind of interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, for me, it's interesting. The inspiration, I don't know, graph or whatever. For me, it's like starts off super high and then it like tanks by the end.
Oh really?
Yeah, I imagine that's probably the opposite of a lot of people. They're like, oh man, he became like this cool guy. But
Yeah.
to me, it's like at the end, he's like not a turd, but like he's just kind of like I don't know.
What do you mean he's a turd? He's like an awesome guy at the end.
Eh.
Like I think he was an awesome guy at the beginning. It's just that he didn't realize he was an awesome guy. And I think he had to do things.
That's what it is. That's the
I
problem.
think he had to do things to challenge his confidence and realize that he like is an awesome guy. Like I
As
don't
soon as
even
you think you're awesome, you're not awesome.
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
Like I don't think he became awesome in an arrogant way. I think he
Hmm.
just was I think he just didn't have self-awareness. Like he doubted himself too much,
Sure.
you know.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. I don't know. I guess maybe just being a creative person, it's more interesting to see his like fantasies and stuff. Like,
Oh yeah.
because it's like that tells, I don't know, like that tells you more about a person in my experience than like, or that part of the story told me more about him as a character than like him going places, you know? And it's like, and I mean, maybe it's just because they didn't flesh it out, but it's like, you know, when you see someone's like fantasies played out in their head,
Mm-hmm.
it shows you like what they really think or what they're like.
That he wants Benjamin Button syndrome.
I don't know. Like that was interesting.
Like, that was super weird.
It's like I've never seen that before.
Honestly, I feel like I just want to skip past that scene. It always freaks me out a little bit.
So
It's
uncomfortable.
like it's so good. A little old baby man.
Just die now.
Just die now. It's like, dude, that's so weird. It's like making me feel really uncomfortable here. Like there's nothing about this that is warm feelings or nope. I'm just like all I'm thinking about is like this guy's got a weird like subconscious. I don't want to know that. I don't want to know what your weird fantasy.
Like, hush now, baby. Not baby because you're a baby, but because you're an old man, baby. I mean, because I love you.
No, I can't handle it.
Yeah,
It's too cringy.
it's pretty weird. Yeah.
Okay, wait. So if you could rewrite the story,
Mm-hmm.
you don't. I mean, how would you change it? What is it that you wanted him to do that would have made it better at the end?
I would have changed it so that like after he travels a bunch, he realizes that traveling wasn't actually the key to his confidence or whatever. That like, you know, that like even maybe that like Cheryl like didn't even care that he traveled. Like he did all this stuff to like,
Mm-hmm.
you know, be adventurous or whatever. And I mean, maybe they kind of hinted at that because he like goes to his like sister's play with her afterwards,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like she's like, "Oh, cool, all right, sure." So like, you know, it's not some big monumental thing. It's not like let's go to Africa together for a year or
Mhm.
something.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe they hint at that, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe playing up like the travel aspect, I guess, because people are like feel like there's such a travel fetish in like this modern age
Mm-hmm.
where it's like, you know. I don't know. For me, because like I fell into that where it's like I thought just traveling made me interesting, and it's like it's not. Like people might be like interested for like a week after you get back from traveling,
Mm-hmm.
but it's like it doesn't make you a cool person.
Yeah.
It's like being a cool person makes you a cool person. You can work on that anywhere.
Yeah, I guess that is the question. It's like, was he an uninteresting person in and of himself,
Mm-hmm.
and traveling made him an interesting person?
Mm-hmm.
Or was he already an interesting person and he didn't realize he was an interesting person, and traveling helped him kind of unlock his own potential? That's how
Yeah.
I view it that way. That's how I kind of imagined it, but
I think it is closer
Yeah.
to that. It's just not portrayed that way because everything is like
yeah.
glamorized travel shots from the second half onwards.
Yeah.
So it's like, I think that is the message, but that's not what's portrayed in the visuals.
Mm.
Like the visuals is all just like stunning landscapes, climbing mountains, and like whatever for the second half,
Mm-hmm.
and less about like him as a character, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, I think they show that even at the beginning where it's like, he's doing skateboard tricks with the kid, and every time she looks away, he does like a sweet trick.
I know, that was super funny. Yeah.
Like doing a handstand on the skateboard. Or So yeah, like I think that theme was there.
I think also because one of the strong themes throughout the movie is that he's chasing down this really cool photographer guy, right? And the photographer is like, he's like the man, right? You get that thing where he's fantasizing and he's like doing this little thing through the photo or whatever, and it's like, dang, this is like the Indiana Jones, like wild man, you know, like cool guy.
Like
and
what's the Dos Equis guy?
Yeah. That's right. Yeah, he's like the man's man kind of guy, right? And so I think he's basically like chasing after this guy, and in the act of trying to get to this guy, he goes on all these adventures, which kind of makes him become like that guy. But I think the twist at the end that's really interesting is that when he gets the photo, it's a photo of him back in his original state. That this is what was like inspiring to the cool photographer guy. Because it's like, this is the, what was it? The quintessence of life. Right,
the fullness,
right? It's like this guy in his element, in his like nerddom, awkward guy, no confidence. He's working hard. He made this magazine exist and work, and always portrayed all of my like photos. Like, this is the guy who allowed me to do what I'm doing, and like I respect this guy. And it wasn't like him as who he became at the end of the movie. It was him as who he was and before he did his adventures, Yeah. And so I think that was the light bulb moment where it's like, oh, I am cool. I just didn't have like the confidence to know that I was cool,
Yeah. Or is it even cool, or is it more like,
well,
just
cool is the wrong word. I'm
like worthy of respect, or
I'm
like
worthy of
self-respect
respect
or something, or
I don't need to be like a peon. Like I know how to do my job. I can have confidence in myself.
One, he doesn't get walked over either.
I don't need to get walked over.
Yeah. And like cut down on some of his daydreaming.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
no, that's true.
I could ask this chick out and like, oh, it'll be okay. Like, I'm
hold
cool.
hands with her right away.
I can hold hands with her, whatever it is.
Yeah. No, I think the message was there. It just got lost for me a little bit. But yeah, I think the opening of the movie is so good.
Oh yeah.
Just, I don't know, like the way, I think the first 15 minutes just masterclass.
Oh really?
In just filmmaking. Yeah. It's just like, I don't know, even opening on just like a deadpan Ben Stiller like balancing his checkbook. It's just like so funny. And then it's like, he's like going to wink on the eHarmony profile,
Yeah.
And it's like just super dramatic.
Yeah.
And it's like everybody's kind of been there too, when you like go to friend request that one person or something, and it's like, and then it's like, like, oh no. It's like, just every like beat and timing and sound effect is just on point.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It's super relatable.
Oh man.
And
Yeah, it's really funny.
Yeah, even Adam Scott being a jerk is hilarious.
Oh my gosh, he's such a good jerk.
Yeah,
it's really funny because when you watch him in Parks and Rec, you're like, what a nice guy, and then you watch him in Secret Life of Walter Mitty, and you're like, this guy is total a-hole, dude. This guy, like, I hate this guy.
I think I could throw a paperclip at him.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, it's like the ultimate, like, I'm the cool guy, and I'm gonna shut you down because you're a dweeb. And like we're back in like elementary bullying again.
Yeah,
like, we should fire that guy just because he's an idiot. Like,
but they make him look more and more stupid. Like as the movie goes on,
Yeah.
It's like he doesn't know what quintessence means, and he's like, all this other stuff. By the end, he's like just speechless and has
Yeah.
to take it from Walter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm like their I always like their fight, you know, in the elevator. It's always like super funny. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's stuff like that where it's like I've never seen this before, but I've seen like videos of the Himalayas in a National Geographic documentary or something. So it's
Mm-hmm.
like it's not as interesting. I don't know.
Mm.
Himalayas are cool and all, but I don't know.
Mm.
It's like I like the creativity of just like what's gonna come next, you know?
Mm.
It's like when someone's traveling, it's like, okay, yeah, it's another volcano or something. But
Mm.
which is cool. Don't get me wrong. But it's like it's not just that completely alien or brand new thing I've never seen before, you know?
It's funny that we're talking about this because last night I spent like an hour
Looking up trips to Iceland.
looking up travel vloggers on
Oh.
YouTube, because there's just people who, you know, they go through like a national park or something, and it's like, I filmed my 5-day backpacking trip through Glacier National Park or
Yeah.
Olympia, or my backpacking through Europe to all the cool nature sites or whatever. And you just watch them sort of like walking through parks and nice scenery, and it's relaxing, and it's, oh, I saw like a bear in the bushes over there. And, you know, it's like I enjoy that, you know? I
Yeah.
like watching that. And it kind of helps me experience that place. Like, ooh, I want to go on that trail in that park. I want to do that backpacking trip. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like a good way to scope out places to go, you know?
Yeah.
But I feel like I love that kind of stuff. And so when I watch that in like Secret Life Walter Mitty, it's like, oh, look, he's like traveling around through Iceland and skateboarding, and it's so beautiful, and oh, I want to do that. That looks nice.
Yeah.
I want to look for snow leopards.
Nice. Do it, dude.
Oh, yeah, that's something that I definitely appreciate. But yeah,
Yeah.
it is, you know, if I want to watch those things, I could just like look them up on YouTube, you know, like I don't have to, they didn't have to make like a bazillion, you know, however much money movie to like film stuff that,
Yeah.
you know,
I mean,
I could see.
yeah, I'm not hating on it anyway. It's just to me, it's not as, yeah, but
Mm.
that's cool that it inspired you to, did you like check out those places after the movie or anything, or like try to, I don't know, did it spark any further interest for you?
I do think that watching the movie the first time made me want to travel more.
Because didn't you go to like France right after or something?
Oh gosh, did I? Maybe I did.
I
I
felt
don't
like,
remember if France was. Wait, when did this movie come out? Because I went to France in.
I want to say
Do
like
that.
around the early 2010s.
Oh, really? Did it come out back then? Okay, then maybe I did. Yeah, I mean, I went to France. I went to Europe in 2015, I think. And so maybe that movie did inspire some more travel for me.
I
don't
remember
know.
I remember you talking about, like, because I was always surprised because you didn't seem to have an interest in traveling.
I
and then
hated travel when I was younger.
all-
Something shifted when I became an adult and I wanted to travel more.
Mm.
Yeah.
Is there any other movies that or like experiences you had that made you want to travel?
I'm sure there are, but I can't think of them. I don't know. Like, I definitely remember when I was younger having no interest in Europe, thinking that Europe was like boring and I don't care about Europe and whatever.
You had all
Now,
the same opinions as Ron Swanson.
yeah, right. Yeah, I probably have the same opinions. Now that I'm older, I definitely think Europe is like the coolest place ever. There's beautiful scenery. I love the history. I love the culture. I love like, oh, that's like just traveling through Europe is amazing. Yeah, I don't know. But, you know, Secret Life of Walter Mitty made travel seem interesting. I feel like other things probably did too, but I can't think of what they are. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of the things that I've always also thought was funny. Okay, there's the weird baby scene, which was like, that's weird. And the other thing that I always thought was kind of funny was how the cool photographer, what was his name? Is it like
Something McConnell, Sean McConnell,
Sean something?
Sean O'Connell.
I think the actor's name is like Sean Penn, or
Yeah, Sean Penn.
I think that's what it is. But the photographer guy, I always thought it was funny how he like knows his mom. It's like that seems kind of weird. Like, I feel like maybe you'd know about that, or
They're like the same age too.
yeah, it's like it's kind of a weird thing going on
Since
there.
your dad died.
It's like it's kind of like he just like knows her like baking foods, and he's like been over to the house, like took photography of like a countertop or whatever, and like
the
a little
piano, yeah.
the piano with a little chip on it, and it was like, it just seems a little weird. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, technically, like in the movie, he's like, "Why didn't you tell me about that or whatever?" She's like, "I mentioned it to you, but you were
You
like,
were
what's the word?
you're
Zoned
you're
out."
zoned out. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
just kind of like,
Oh, sneeze.
yep, big Steve.
Oh, sneeze. Bless you.
Where's the mute button? Mute
Bless
button.
you. That's okay.
I'll keep that in.
Yeah,
It's that'll be authentic.
that's okay. People can just zone out for 10 seconds.
Yeah, yeah, which is yeah, it's kind of like funny how yeah, he just like misses a critical plot piece because he's zoned out.
Yeah. It's convenient for storytelling. I feel like I want to do that in movies. I want to tell a story where some really pivotal thing happens and the main character's like, "What? Oh, yeah. I got that. Yeah, I'm ready." It's like, "Okay."
Dude, that's why I think for stories, like contrivance isn't like necessarily a problem. Like I think people are always worried about being cliche or whatever, or like, I don't know, things being convenient. But as long as it's like an interesting result, like I don't think anybody cares if things are like convenient or
Hmm.
I don't know, whatever. It's like I fell in that trap too, where it was like everything has to be so unique and so this and so that, and it's like at some point people can't even follow along, and it's like people just want a good story more than they want something that's like never been seen before, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think stuff like that's funny personally.
Mm.
It's just like, oh yeah, that's dumb, but like it works, I guess.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I definitely think it's funny. Yeah. I mean, I feel like if you can make characters that are just really interesting with more like weird flaws or quirks or just real people kind of
Mhm.
personalities, it makes storytelling a lot easier. It's like he's just
Sure.
gonna have like a weird like blackout moment here for a second, just because whatever. I don't know.
Yeah. It's like they got
He's
at least like 10 minutes of like, jokes and
mm-hmm,
screen time just based off that like weird personality thing,
mm-hmm,
you know?
yeah.
And so, yeah, it was like a great addition. Yeah, I guess I said it was based off a short story, which is kind of funny.
Oh yeah, that's right. I think I
Yeah.
looked up that short story one time. It's like 30 pages long or something.
Hmm.
Yeah, I never read it, but yeah,
Yeah.
that is kind of cool. I forgot about that.
Yeah. Seems like good stories are often based off like, or good movies are often based off stories.
Mm-hmm.
See Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, books.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's interesting how I think that's also an impressive feat from Ben Stiller, that he was able to take a short story and turn it into a fully fleshed out movie. Like people take long books and turn them into full movies.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, this sparked enough ideas that we could just write a script and roll with it and like
Hmm.
make a whole movie out of it. It's like, oh, okay, wow, that's good job there.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, it was. Huh. I didn't think about that. It's like the reverse siphoning of information or something.
Yeah, because I feel like normally when you're doing a book adaptation, you have
Mhm.
a ton of content and you're trying to cut it down into something.
Mm-hmm.
So if he took a little bit of content and then was inspired from that to make a bigger story, that means it like generated a lot of ideas for him. Like, oh, I can see tons of ways that we can like add on to the story and make it work and like fill in gaps, and we can tell this part of the story longer than what they, maybe they had one page of info here and we could turn that into a lot more. And
Yeah.
like you saw the potential and then he like fleshed it out a lot,
It's almost like the short story is like a seed,
Mhm.
and then like the full movie is like the sprouting of that.
Yeah.
I actually like that better, honestly. Like going from something small and really condensed and maybe hyper focused to something more expansive.
Mm-hmm.
I think that feels like a more natural flow than trying to cut something down that's like been like fully fleshed out. Because then you're always like with a short story, if you expand it, it's like it's always going to be more than the sum of its parts in some sense, because you're adding to it with more minds and more creativity.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're taking something that already exists, you're always just going to like disappoint people. So be like, it wasn't like the book. And
Yeah,
it's
that's
like,
true.
well, you didn't sit down for 12 hours or 15 hours and read this, watch this movie,
Mm-hmm.
in every little scene or whatever. So
Yeah.
interesting.
I've got a question. What do you think of? I consider this kind of the turning point of the movie when he's up in Greenland
Mm-hmm.
and like jumps into the helicopter, and it's got the Major Tom song
Mm-hmm.
and
Drunk pilot.
Drunk Pilot. I mean, on the one hand, it's like, is this Is this like a weird message saying that it's okay to jump into random cars with like drunk strangers? And I
Yeah, to
feel
think about that.
it's like, this is, if you think that there's a sense of adventure in your life, you
Just
should
do
just
something
go for
stupid.
it. Just jump onto that helicopter with the drunk pilot and it'll all be okay. Like you see him drink that whole boot of alcohol and then he's like, okay, I'm ready. Like, let's go. It's like, no, I don't want to go with you. Like, this seems like a really bad idea.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like the stupidest thing you can do.
Yeah. And it's like, okay, this is like the turning point in the movie where he like challenges himself to like do the daring thing and like not play it safe. It's like, I feel like this is something that you should play safe on.
It's like,
Like,
the
this
only,
is,
yeah,
it's
the
like,
only time in the movie you absolutely should have played it safe and you didn't.
yeah, yeah. Like there's a bunch. I mean, there's other stuff too, like jumping out of the helicopter,
True.
going down with the volcano.
But that
like,
was like actually his fault where
yeah,
like he jumped to the wrong side of the helicopter.
yeah, that's true.
So
That was,
like that could have even ended fine.
yeah,
But I don't know. And the
yeah,
volcano, he didn't know that was going off.
yeah, that's true. Yeah,
So it's like those are more
Yeah.
forgivable
yeah.
than when you literally watch someone
The-
down
The
alcohol.
the getting into the drunk pilot thing, that's like a real world situation where it's like people actually have that decision on a regular basis, and or maybe not regular, but like in your
Yeah.
life you can probably find situations where
Yeah.
you could get into the car with somebody that's like, you're a stranger, I think you're drunk, you shouldn't be driving,
Yeah,
I don't want to drive with you.
it's true,
It's like, this is a bad life decision.
right? After you've just gotten in a fist fight with the guy too.
That's right.
Uh,
Oh man.
It's like, yeah, I was asking why he's drinking. He's like, I'm a little nervous about the storm.
Yeah, that's right.
So it's like,
Wasn't he sad about something, like a girl broke up with him or something?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's like sad.
yeah,
He's drinking.
it's like every
There's,
red
there's a
flag.
storm. It's just like there's nothing good about this situation right now.
Yeah, it's like if the storm doesn't get you, he's just gonna like drown himself in the ocean with you.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I guess there is like
Oh,
some
man.
sense that he's like helping the guy, I guess, by being friends with them and going with them. But
Yeah.
I don't know if that's enough to.
It's like, did you
Warrant
stay in
that.
touch afterwards and talk about it and do some therapy, or
Yeah.
no? Just okay,
Wanna be
whatever.
Facebook friends. Yeah,
eHarmony friends.
it's not a porpoise. Not a porpoise.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's a super entertaining movie.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of fun scenes.
Mm-hmm.
I like when he shows when he's like imagining and he's like, no, Cheryl, I want to show you something. Like points to the fountain. It's like, no. He's like, I made you this. It's like, what? It's so random.
Oh man.
Yeah. Would you go to Iceland given the chance?
I mean, if I didn't have to pay for it. Yeah. If I
Where does it rank on your places to go?
I don't know. I mean, I think New Zealand is first right now.
Hmm.
I would love to go to New Zealand. I think Iceland is cool, but maybe that's...
New Zealand and Iceland kind of have the same vibe a little bit.
There's a lot of islands I want to go to. Actually, I think I would say Japan is number 1,
Really?
New Zealand is 2, and Iceland is 3.
I learned something about you today.
Yeah?
Why Japan?
I mean, several reasons. Honestly, I've wanted to go to Japan for a long time.
For all the anime?
For all the Studio Ghibli movies.
Oh.
I mean, my wife wants to go there too. She's already been there, but she wants to go back again. So it'd be fun to go on a trip with her over to Japan. I mean, I had my friend Justin, who I traveled in Europe with, and then after I went in Europe, he did a separate trip to Japan, and he told me that he thought Japan was better than Europe, which I was really impressed by. I was like, what? You kidding me? Yeah, I think that I would be interested in the food. I really want to go see like Mount Fuji. And I think that'd be cool. It's like a giant standalone mountain, which it seems just really awesome to just drive around Japan and like look at this giant mountain. Seems cool. Culture, history, maybe go in the woods, do some Last Samurai meditating with a wooden sword and swing it at the
Go chop
field
down
of
some
grass.
bamboo.
And go to the Studio Ghibli Museum or things like that,
Sure.
I don't know. Yeah. I feel like there's a cool mix of like nature, history. You got World War II history. You got like cool movie stuff to go see there. I want to eat sushi, lots of good sushi.
Hmm.
I don't know. There's like a lot of things I think I would enjoy. I feel like I could easily do like a long trip in Japan,
Yeah.
have a good time.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Huh. And that over New Zealand just because of the. I feel like that's your like.
I do. Yeah. New Zealand, I definitely want to go to. You got to get the Lord of the Rings trip in there. There's good nature as well. I don't know. I guess
maybe it doesn't seem like there's as much to do or something there.
I guess I don't feel as invested in New Zealand other than seeing Lord of the Rings. And I just know that there's some really cool nature to see there, so I think that would be cool.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like Japan is more interesting to me as a culture and a country than New Zealand is.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like as a whole country, like I would rather see the Lord of the Rings stuff than the Studio Ghibli stuff, but I'd rather see Japan as a country than New Zealand as a country.
And like interact with the people and stuff.
Yeah, like I feel like Japan would be a more interesting country to go to. But obviously I haven't been to either one, so that's just an impression. I don't know.
Yeah. If you guys need a travel buddy for Japan,
Yeah.
maybe I'll be on board.
Yeah,
My
sure.
mom gets super cheap flights for me.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, hey. Cheap flights.
So
Shout out.
Yeah, Japan's on my
Yeah.
list of places I'd like to go as well.
Yeah.
I just wanted to go on an onsen tour onsen tour. Or it's
Wait,
just
what
like
does that mean? Onsen?
onsen or
Onsen?
onsen.
Onsen?
Onsen. I don't know how to pronounce it.
What does that mean?
But it's basically like natural baths and springs.
Oh,
that are
yeah.
everywhere. So I just want to go down a tour of all of them around the
Yeah.
country. Just
Through
go.
Japan?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't know that was like a big thing there. It was like, well, I know that they have their soaking baths that they do,
Mm-hmm.
and that's a thing.
Yeah, it's basically just mostly like natural or sometimes man-made spas
Oh,
that are
that's
like
cool.
super cool and relaxing, and just go soak my way through Japan.
Yeah, that's cool. Did I ever tell you that my step-grandpa and my grandma did like a whole tour through Europe years ago and like wrote a book about all the best spas of Europe,
No,
and they like went to each one?
that's cool.
No, I have the book upstairs. I'll show you afterwards.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Did they go to Hungary?
probably.
Okay.
Yeah, you could flip through it. They've got all kinds of different countries and spas, and we recommend this spa, and here's what we liked about that spa, and just like a total pampering trip, like
Yeah.
sounds awesome. It's like,
Heck
well, I want to go do that.
Dude, some of those countries, it's super cheap too. So you just go and, for whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I think I went to a spa in Hungary and it was like, I don't know, $20 for the whole day. And you got to do all like the saunas and like they had sweet like indoor, outdoor pools where you could like swim from one to the other.
That's cool.
And stuff. And it was super neat.
Yeah.
But there was one in Budapest that I missed out on, which was like some sort of Turkish like spa bath.
Oh, I think I've heard of that.
Yeah, you had to like go to, I think it was like down in like some underground cavern under the city. It was, like,
Oh,
super
nope,
weird.
I haven't heard of that. I don't know about
Okay.
that one.
It was right next to Zion, the Matrix.
That's where they go wash off after their crazy rave party.
Yeah.
They're like so sweaty and gross too. Anyway.
You can like see it flying
Oh,
off their
man.
hair. It's
Yeah.
just like
Oh my gosh. Anyway, Secret Life of Walter Mitty. I
Yeah.
don't even know where we're going with this. Yeah,
Traveling.
good movie. Traveling.
Yeah.
Definitely go watch that.
Then go to Iceland.
Oh
To
man.
Iceland. Or whatever that volcano was.
Yeah, that's right. Oh man.
All right. Well, we'll see you when we see you, I suppose.
That's right.
I might be back sooner doing some additional content. We'll see.
Yeah.
But
We've been doing this for over a year now,
mm-hmm.
and I got to make a shout out to you because all I ever do on this podcast behind the scenes here is just show up. But Paul runs the YouTube channel and all the equipment and the editing, and you do it all, man. So you're inspiring to me.
Thanks, dude.
I appreciate all the work you do.
Yeah, I appreciate you starting lively discussions. I think that's a skill not everybody has. So making me think and offering your time. So it's been a pleasure, man.
Yeah. Thanks for watching, people.
Thanks for watching.